Stardate 298-508.4244. After a long journey to Rigel 4, we've been asked to head back to Earth for some much-needed upgrades to the Enterprise. Nicole and I have a moment to relax on the night shift, with the stars of space lighting up the bridge.
You know, number one, there's nothing like relaxing with a good bourbon after a long shift. Have you ever checked out these bourbon channels on YouTube?
Oh, you mean like Whiskey Wisdom? That guy is such an idiot. I heard he came in last at the Trash Palette Challenge. There are so many channels. It's like a wormhole out there.
Exactly. I got lost in a 3-hour binge the other day. The bakers were doing this blind challenge. The suspense was killing me.
Sounds like you need a new hobby, Matt. Maybe something like, doesn't involve watching people drink.
Hey, it's educational, okay? Look, besides, it's a lost art form. You can't just replicate a 20-year-old bourbon like this Eagle Rare 3075. The computers never get it right.
Speaking of which, did you see the new bourbon channel? They're totally trying to copy us on the Enterprise. It's called Whiskey Trek.
No way, you are totally making that up.
Totally serious. Look at the view screen.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Hey, don't change it, I like her.
No, not that.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Whiskey Trek. I'm Jackson.
I'm Natalie.
They review whiskey and occasionally talk about Star Trek. Plus, they are a bourbon power couple. Their names are Natalie and Jackson.
That's genius. I can see it now. Captain, we've encountered a new bourbon with hints of vanilla and oak. Perfect for diplomatic negotiations.
Or how about today we are pairing a rich bourbon and a mirror darkly.
Beam me up, Scotty, but don't forget the bourbon.
Make it a double and set phasers to non-chilled filtered.
I can see it now. Next thing you know, we'll be hosting our own channel.
Today we are boldly going where no whiskey lover has gone before. Engage your taste buds.
Ah, the smooth taste of a fine bourbon, as timeless as the Enterprise herself.
To boldly drink where no one has drunk before.
I think they're onto something, number one. Whiskey Trek could be the greatest YouTube channel since the fall of Khan.
Agreed. Let's hurry up watching this episode before Admiral Picard comes here and complains whiskey being spilled on his carpet again.
All right, that's enough. Let's get out of here. Engage.
Hot drink!
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
It worked!
Wait, hang on. We're like really loud. I think that worked. Hold on. Hang on. Did it look like we beamed in? I totally think that worked. That was amazing.
That was so funny.
Oh my God.
I loved
Okay.
it. That was so much fun doing all that.
I don't know if it looked like it did look like we beamed in. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Holy cow. First of all, Whiskey Trek just subscribed. Thank you, Whiskey Trek, for subscribing to the show. Appreciate that.
They approve. They approve.
Yeah, look, we just got the Whiskey Trek approval of that intro, so they fucking subscribed, all right? What is up, guys? Hang on, let me get my video on.
There we go.
Let me get this out of the way. Let me get the super chat out of the way. And let me fix this to gallery mode. You'd think we'd be professionals by now, but we ain't.
Neither are we.
We do our
Don't worry.
best.
There you
Yeah,
go.
the urge to go.
Now we can't hear. We can dress us up, but we can't
You
take us out.
turn it up on your headset.
No, it's like nothing.
You don't hear anything?
No.
Oh,
Well,
hold on.
can you hear us, Matt?
I can hear you. Hang on. Oh, I know what's wrong.
You're just kicking
Now you should
me
be able to
out.
hear him. All right, talk again.
See, now you've got us freaked
There.
out that we're
Okay.
doing something wrong, you know?
No.
No, like I didn't say
Like I
anything.
said, dress us up, but you can't take us out.
Yeah, I didn't say anything because we say this at the beginning of every show, but we were literally down to the wire
Oh,
on
we
the
were
show.
like running around.
She was literally making the cocktail behind. I'm like, 4 minutes left. And
I'm
she's
like, give me
making the
something
cocktail.
to measure.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And we did our technical test like at 9:30 at my time. So I appreciate you guys at least getting that.
Yeah.
done.
It's been
All
a
right.
fun, it's been a fun
It
time.
has. It has. So Jackson and Natalie, I got a little introduction here to read. All right.
Okay.
Trying to sound super lame.
I don't know how it can be any better than that video because that was hilarious.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about it in a second. All right. All right. Space, the final poor tier. Already off to the cheesiest start ever. These are the voyages of the Starship Whiskey Trek. Its continuing mission, this is brutal, to explore strange new bourbons, to seek out new distilleries and new libations, to boldly go where no whiskey lover has gone before. Today we're joined by Natalie and Jackson from Whiskey Trek. So thank you guys so much for taking time to do the show tonight. You guys
And hearing our corniness.
picked an amazing show to be on. How are you guys doing tonight?
Fantastic. To celebrate, we're opening this bottle of Blanton's Gold, which is the first Blanton's Gold I've gotten. So it seemed like an ample opportunity to do so. So cheers to you guys.
Well, I will drink that with you if you give me just 2 seconds. You want to try it, hon?
I'm still drinking
Oh,
mine.
you want to drink your Hulk too? All right, all right. Well, good. All right, so hang on, Jackson. I'll cheers you. And I guess Nicole will cheers you with Hulk Tua.
I'm just in.
All right,
I'm
cheers,
in,
guys.
I'm just in, like
Get
it
on
put me
that
in the
thing.
mood.
Cheers.
Appreciate you guys coming on. So, all right, look, are you guys? I have a feeling this is more of a Jackson thing. Are you guys both Star Trek fans? If so, which series is your favorite? And how in the hell did you go from Star Trek to Whiskey Tube?
So I would like to say I'm a proud Trekkie too, but he turned me into a Trekkie. So I am new to this world, but I absolutely have loved everything he showed me. So where do you want to start with?
Yeah, I've been watching Star Trek since I was an infant because my dad grew up watching Star Trek in the 60s and 70s. So it's been a part of my life for a really long time, and my whole family were super into it. And I tried really hard in college to show her some of my interests, and one of them was Star Trek. And she was like, I would literally rather watch anything than watch Star Trek.
But then
But then I showed her one episode of the original series. Aptly, you mentioned it. It's Space Seed when Khan first shows up in the show. And she liked it enough to agree to watch the Wrath of Khan movie right after that because I thought maybe that would be a good intro. And it was. And she instantly fell in love with Spock and was crying when Spock died at the end. Spoiler alert.
I think people have had enough time for that one.
Yes,
think
I
we're good.
agree.
Yeah.
But-
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, saying that though, you might think my answer would be original series in my T-shirt, but it's not. Next Gen is my favorite TV show for Star Trek.
So same with me. My dad had a library of VHS tapes, and it was
We had
just,
every single tape,
yep,
every single one.
Same with my dad, and that was exactly how I started. Thank you, Keith P. Appreciate that. And I watched all the old stuff, and then I got into the Next Generation, just like you did. And I had a little black and white TV in my room that I would sneak out of bed and watch it at 11 p.m. every night on Channel 46 in Atlanta. This is on analog TV with the little rabbit ears. And then at midnight, I would switch over to channel 8, which is a public access channel, and it would play Georgia on My Mind from Ray Charles, and then the TV would go off. Like, that was the thing back then. The TV would just be done.
Yeah.
And you'd be
National
like, well,
anthem, you know?
Yes.
that
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
Thing.
Yeah.
It'd be static.
Yeah, the TV would just be like, and you're like, well, I guess I got to go to bed. TV's done.
I've seen 2 people in chat now say, "What? Spock died? No. When?"
You just spoiled the whole thing for everybody.
I love how Troy
I'm the
knows
worst.
Troy knows so little about Star Trek. He spelled Trek wrong. That's amazing.
Ouch.
Daniel, he dies. Yeah. Yeah, and listen, I know.
Spock Tua.
Yeah, Spock Tua. That's great. Tiller, thank you. Appreciate that. And I noticed on
It
that
is
video,
logical to spit on it.
That's right. Yeah. There you go. Wait, can I have a little clap thing? I can. All right,
That
there we
was
go.
great.
That was good.
Awesome.
And I noticed, by the way, in that video, you said you're so thankful that everything I love, you were like bourbon and Star Trek, and you didn't mention your wife. Just saying, just saying. So I guess those maybe rank a little bit above. I don't know.
I don't
Best
know.
friend.
Yeah, we beat each other up more than anything. But
So,
that's what
like,
happens when you're friends first.
Oh,
Do you guys try to incorporate Star Trek into the show, or no? Because I went through all your videos and didn't really see a lot of it.
So not at first, really, and because it's kind of hard to incorporate Star Trek into just a normal review necessarily. And then the captain's table fell in our laps from SLB Drinks, like you were talking about them
Oh,
earlier.
We're gonna get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I bought the bottle from them, so this is the one that they reviewed. It's the same bottle.
Well,
And that was
there
just,
goes one of my interview questions, Jax. All right, go ahead. Jeez.
Spock died.
Yeah, Spock died.
Died.
Spoiler
I know,
alert. All right.
I'm the worst.
No, go ahead.
And that was just like the perfect way to really start trying to see if the audience would be interested in Star Trek being more evolved. So I have more to tell about that, but it's one of your last questions, so I'll wait.
All right, fair enough. All right, I'm going to play a little clip from your show. You guys are going to be able to hear it, but not see it. The audience will get to see it. All right, hang on. Let me play this little stag clip, all right?
Cool.
All right, well, I'm really excited for this. I said this in our Best of the Year video that we got a 2023 George T. Stag, and we were waiting to open it. I think we waited longer than we needed to, more because I was scared to open it. Scared's the wrong word. I was so anxious about opening it. You know, this is such a special bottle for us that you just like almost don't want to open it, but you want it so bad, but you're saving it for a special occasion, and then you realize, you know what? Maybe on a random Wednesday is the day to open it and do a blind of some of the best whiskey you've had in your cabinet. So
I'm here for that.
I love that. I'm here for that. I love that. So you mentioned being hesitant to open that bottle, and you know it's funny. I used to have the same mentality too, but then I realized that if I keep that mentality, I'm never going to get through all of my stuff ever.
You have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we got too much stuff. So has y'all's perception, you know, from that video when you were talking about that with special bottles hindered you from enjoying your collection, or have you more just said, you know what, carpe diem, I'm going to drink what the hell ever now on a Wednesday night?
Yes and no. So I think the best answer would be to say when I get a new bottle, 98% of the time I open it same day or next day.
Yeah.
And I've been really good about that, you know, including like E.H. Taylor barrel proofs, E.H. Taylor single barrels, you know, and I don't know, Jack Daniel's 12 years, things that are pretty cool. I think when it came to the George T. Stag, it was a little twofold. One, George T. Stag is like the halo for me. Stag Jr. was the first like halo for me because that's my flavor profile. And then George T. Stag was like, I'm never going to own one of those ever. And I only try it at a bar like twice. And so when I got gifted a 2018 for our wedding, that was really special. And then around the holidays, we happened to be able to get this 2023. And so then it was like, you know, you're still clinging on to that special occasionness of the George T. Stag specifically. So I don't think that this necessarily reflects the way I do the rest of my bourbon. But I am pretty bougie and do drink very rare, expensive bottles on the daily. And
I don't know what
For
you're
a
talking
special
about. I don't know.
occasion, but we've had like 2 weddings this year. Family's always over. There's always something, so it's always a special occasion around here, which I'm not complaining.
I find occasions.
that sounds more like it.
But I was worried about opening this one because
Lawn is mowed. Time to drink.
I was worried about opening this one because, well, for one, my dad helped me come into it. He was the one who gave me the opportunity to get it. And so I felt an obligation to like wait for him a little bit. But then I got his permission to just be like, oh, open it whenever. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of pressure. So, and then I just figured out, you know what? If I just do a video, that'll give me the reason to open it. And I've been really, as you can see, I've been really good about not going towards it too much, which is difficult.
So Natalie, Blanton's Gold or George T. Stagg, what do you like better?
George T. Stagg. But to be fair, this is the first time I've ever tried the Blantons, so
That's fair.
it's only been open for like 3 minutes, so it's got a lot of growing up to do.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite Blantons of the group, honestly. So
Okay, all right. So you guys mentioned it in that same video, actually. You guys were talking about nosing bourbons and how you guys could smell whiskey all day. I'm curious if you guys have nosed a whiskey that smelled amazing, but the palate was horrible. Is there any bottle that sticks out to you guys like that?
horrible. You know, some Dickel products can smell really good and then not taste good.
Okay. If
I
Sean's
think-
in the chat, he's laughing at me right now. All right, go ahead.
Another one, I wouldn't say horrible, but complete letdowns are a lot of low proof whiskeys and specifically a lot of scotches. There's a lot of scotches like Macallan that smell so good, and when you drink them, they're just water and then they're gone. And it's really disappointing. And you pay all this money for Macallan and it doesn't even taste like anything, but it smells great.
They're not as spicy as they smell. It's just
Yeah, they're just kind of boring.
I think that is a prerequisite of drinking scotch is to know it's going to be very disappointing.
Oh, not true. Not true. Have you ever heard of Scotch Malt Whiskey Society?
Oh no, scotch and malt, my two most barfiest
I'm
things.
surprised Adam hasn't come
I know, I'm
on.
surprised Adam isn't in here defending us. What's up, Bobby? Yo ho, peeps. Cheers, Bobby. Now look, I will say, I have found. What is this? Hang on, let me solo you guys. What is this?
So
Can I
this
solo you? I don't
is
know if I can
Scotch
solo
Malt
you.
Whiskey Society. This is a
Can I solo you
19-year
somehow?
single barrel.
Okay.
And
let me
if
guess,
you've
it's
never-
like 10 proof.
No, so Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, if you've never heard of them, what they do is they go to all distilleries around Scotland and all over the UK, and they buy single barrels from these distilleries and they bottle them as single barrels, undiluted, so they're barrel strength, and I don't think they're chill filtered either. So everything that I've got from these guys are barrel proof Scotch. So this is a 58.2% 19-year Scotch, and
Wow.
it's fantastic. So
Wow. That's like, what
My
is that,
brother-
like
my older-
118, 117?
yeah, but I've had scotches from the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society that are in the 130s.
What? Okay, listen. We got to do some beard oil trading behind the scenes, all right?
So it's definitely worth checking out. My brother is a huge Scotch guy, and so for Christmas one year, I got him a membership, and what we do is we split the cost on a bottle we agree on, and then we share it whenever we're together. And I can't buy normal Scotch anymore because everything is under 100 proof. Most of them are almost 80 proof.
Spoiled.
And now it's like, now that I have this, I rarely buy Scotch, maybe like 2 or 3 bottles a year, but they're all barrel proof and they're all high age statements and they're all single barrels, and it's incredible. It's a really cool thing. So check out Scotch Malt Whiskey Society.
I will. And Dustin, I love you. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen, Dustin. We got to do it on like a video or something. I would love to do that. Like her and I will record a video with you guys. That'll be a lot of fun for your channel.
Also, I've got a bottle of Bruichladdich Black Art up there. So that's a 29-year single malt Scotch, and it's cask strength.
29
I just
years.
can't.
And
I
it
know.
is cask strength, but it is under 100 proof, and it's fabulous. It's so good.
That is nuts. All right, we got to talk more about Scotch offline. You got to educate me on that. I'm very ignorant on Scotches. I will fully admit that.
Yes.
All right, now we're gonna play the captain's video. 1 second, y'all will be able to hear it but not see it. Hang on.
Why don't we go ahead and show you all what you probably have already seen, which is this incredible presentation.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's blinding.
It is a little bit blinding, so let's go ahead and there you go. Pull this bottle out of here.
It's a
There
Star
we go,
Trek.
like
It's the
that.
captain's
Look at this
table.
cork.
Yeah,
It is
well,
huge.
I found it and I sent you a link.
And it is hefty. With a challenge coin that has the Star Trek Delta on top. It says Captain's Table, which is the name of this specific bottle.
Wow.
Okay.
That is so cool.
So I saw the same SLB episode you saw, and
Yep.
I was like, wow, I want that. And I went and researched how to get one, and it is like the most reserved list ever. I signed up for it. I didn't even hear like a rejection letter. They're like,
You're nobody.
yep. So I was going to ask you how the hell you got that. But I guess maybe you can talk. What did you do? Did you reach out to Trenton? Like, how did that whole thing happen? I want to hear this now.
So the day the video came out, I saw it and it was great because I was like, oh, that's really cool. And it was also really sad because their Star Trek stuff was abysmal. So it was so cringe for us, but the bottle sounded great. And I knew that there was like no way that you could get this because I looked up on Google. I was like, how do you get batch 2? Like, how do you anything like that? And no, there was like no way. And so I just messaged them on Instagram and with our Instagram for our channel. And I was like, hey, obviously we're a whiskey channel that's growing and we love Star Trek. Can we buy the bottle from you? And they obliged. So we were able to make a deal and I bought the bottle from them and they were super nice about it, which was awesome. And they were like, yeah, say whatever you want. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to trash you, but you know, thanks. So we came across the bottle, and then I found out, probably like you did, where they were coming out with a batch 3. And so I signed up for that as well.
Did you hear anything?
I got accepted.
Of course. Of course.
We're shutting down the channel.
Of course.
But as soon as I read 1, it's 90 proof. 2, it was finished in a wine barrel. And I was like, nah, I'm out. No thanks. Not for this price.
Yeah, no, I would have been out too. That's a shame.
And I read batch 4. I got an email for that too, and I didn't even bother signing up because it was basically the same. I was like, nah, I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to do something super lame. Can you open that box?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, this is so gorgeous. What an incredible pack. Oh, bro! It's like the suitcase from Pulp Fiction.
It is so blindingly bright. It is.
That's amazing.
It is so bright. But it is.
Oh, that's
It's a really cool bottle. So yeah.
I am so happy that somebody worthy of Star Trek owns that bottle
Yes.
now because, wow, they didn't know anything about Star Trek. That was embarrassing how little they knew about Star Trek.
It's too bad they didn't make one of the like ales and whiskeys you
Yeah,
see like
yeah, yeah.
actually on the show. Like
Yeah.
create some sort of version of that. That would
Well,
be cool.
It's hilarious because Spock might be even more famous than Kirk, and Trenton, who had the whole Spock uniform on, didn't know who Spock even was. It was
Right.
It was really sad.
I was
Right.
surprised
Religious.
they got that bottle if they weren't remotely Trekkies. Like, why would you want to
Yeah,
spend that amount? But
Because
I mean, the
it's a
presentation
unique,
is-
cool bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, the presentation's really cool. And I'm sure it got them a lot of views. I haven't checked up on
Yeah.
the video in a while, but yeah.
I googled Star Trek bourbon. They were the first thing to come up. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when you go to the Captain's Table website, they have that proud as a huge banner, SLB Drinks loves it. Yeah, so that was
Yep.
a great video for them to do.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
By the way, I forgot to mention this. At the top of the chat, everybody is pinned their channel, Whiskey Trek. So if you want to go check out their channel, please click on the link, subscribe, give them a follow, check out their videos. It should be still pinned. If it's not pinned, let me know and I'll repin it. Is it? Can somebody tell me if it's pinned, please? Because I can't see it anymore.
I want to know how bright my face is if I open it towards me on camera.
Yeah, it is so Pulp Fiction.
That's crazy.
It's like woo.
Gandy Road subscribe. Thank you, Gandy Road. Thank you. Okay, Turp says it's pinned. Okay, great.
Okay, good.
Perfect. All right, so staying on the Star Trek thing, if you guys could create I'm going to go with TNG. You said TNG was your favorite. A TNG cocktail. Natalie Jackson, what would you guys create? Or maybe I'll make it a little easier. Or what's something on the show you've seen that you'd like to try?
So I'll answer the second part first, and I'll let Natalie answer the first part. So
Oh no, the banana hit me in the lips. Oh no. Oh no. Can we? Oh, that's rough. Okay,
We're live.
Gotta
We're really
Let me
live.
stick my finger here now. All right, go ahead, Jackson.
Oh, so many things to say. So in the show, in TNG, there is an episode where Data is behind the bar at 10 Forward, and he makes this very fancy drink, which is basically just like a fancy tequila sunrise. And it looks like nothing, and then he flicks the glass, and it turns pretty.
Great.
And so I was like, I guess you could make a tequila sunrise that kind of looks like that, and that would be about as close as you can get, but it's not even whiskey. I was like, maybe you use a blended scotch that's really light so you don't even notice, maybe. I don't know. That was all I could come up with.
Well,
Yeah.
we have tried a couple recipes for Romulan ale.
Oh,
Okay.
that too. I do have a Romulan ale recipe. That is true. It's white rum, blue curacao, lime, and agave or simple syrup. So pretty simple. It's basically just a sour, essentially. It's just a rum lime sour. It's actually good, and it's super blue.
Yeah. The
Huh.
best part about it.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
What are y'all's go-to YouTube channels right now? Who do you guys watch? Who's on like your daily watch list? Obviously, SLB Drinks. Who are like your go-to channels?
Okay, so I know you guys know, if you watch the channel, that I'm really good friends. Luckily, I'm able to say I'm really good friends with Dan and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies. So I absolutely love those guys. And I've just been a part of their community since 2020, and I'm happy to say that we're friends, and so they're my number one. And then my number two is probably Matt, ADHD Whiskey. He cracks me up every time I watch him. He is just hilarious.
And I'm there with him watching those videos like all the time, so I would agree.
He's just
Wait,
he is one of the
thank you, Wade.
nicest people.
Yeah,
He's
sorry,
one of the
someone-
nicest guys that you'll ever
Yeah.
meet.
Yeah.
Just love him. So yeah. And then I also watch Mash and Drum and
Yeah.
Jason from Mash and Drum and Cam from Drums and Drams.
My very first Matt video was him sitting in a chair around Christmas time. I don't even know if he still has the video on his channel, and he was drunk AF. And he was like continuing to drink, and he's like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. And I was like, who is this guy? What is happening? And the more I watched, it was like cracking me up, and it was one of the most memorable videos of my introduction to WhiskeyTube that I can remember. I wonder if he still has that online.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I hope he
Yeah.
does, because that's hilarious.
It was really, really, really funny. All right, what is your most unexpected or delightful food pairing you've discovered with bourbon? We don't really talk about food a lot with bourbon. Do you guys celebrate bourbon pours with food, or no? Do you just drink it neat on your porch?
I've got thoughts, but I'll let Natalie go first because I've talked a lot.
I have also have thoughts. Every time like I ruin my palate, you have thoughts. So what I love dark chocolate
Yeah.
and peanut butter. Just like any peanut butter
Oh,
wafers I
Natalie.
have. Peanut butter. That is
I
my
have a
go-to.
peanut butter belly, not a beer belly. I love peanut
I
butter.
love dark
It's so
chocolate.
good. I love peanut butter.
Especially Texas whiskey with peanut butter and chocolate. Oh, now you can go.
I'm sure that
So good.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not as huge of a peanut butter guy. I do like peanut butter, but you know, we'll get to my flavor profile later.
What's up, Brian?
So for my food pairing, I'm gonna start off with a really weird one, but it was last year's Pours in the Park for the Bourbon Junkies. They had
Yeah,
Bardstown.
okay.
They had Bardstown there, and Bardstown did a tasting where they had different little like pairings where you could like try different things with their different expressions. And one of them was they paired the White Label Bardstown Origin Series
with
Okay.
red Pop Rocks.
Okay.
It's
Interesting.
wild. It's wild because the feeling of the Pop Rocks plus the red flavor, White Label is like super fruit cocktail like, is wild.
You guys just totally froze for a second. I was like, no.
I was like,
Yeah, I think the bourbon note had Baker Drinks do something with Pop Rocks recently. We need to try that. I've heard so many people talk about this.
a lot of people talk about
It's crazy. But for something more conventional, anything coffee or dark chocolate, I'll also agree. So if you get a good dark chocolate, or if you get like tiramisu or something like that, delicious.
I just started liking
no.
that.
But I think my problem. Are we frozen still?
No, I don't know if it's us or you. Hang on. Oh wait, we have a live monitor.
No,
No,
it looks like
it's definitely you guys.
okay.
That's giving him a.
Uh-oh.
When
I'm
I have
getting
some-
text now. Old
We-
man. Sean, good night. I
off
love
the
you, buddy. Have a good
Wi-Fi.
night.
Turn off the Wi-Fi.
Oh no! Don't turn off Wi-Fi in the middle of a live show. Oh, this is gonna be disastrous. Natalie's
No.
like beep boop bop boop bop.
No. It's on our phones,
Oh,
not on the laptop.
Okay.
It's weird that
Keep her
you
away
can.
from the L cars, Jackson.
Hey, I was the one who said one time reboot something and it worked. So.
Yeah, that's true.
It's weird that we can talk fine on Zoom and then the live stream is weird.
Yeah,
That
who
doesn't make
knows?
any sense.
It's fine now. Now it's working good.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's weird.
My problem with actual meals and pairing with whiskey is I always like pour something and then I eat all my food and realize I didn't drink any whiskey with it. I eat it fast. My bad.
Not your bad. I think that's a very common man thing. I think I've seen a lot of videos where wives will try to keep up with their husbands secretly, and the guys are just like, oh.
I've seen stuff where literally they open the bag up. She literally was like, "Oh, Taco Bell," and Mo takes one bite. Her husband's like, "I'm done. That was delicious." And it's like, I haven't taken a bite yet.
We got shit to do, man. We don't have time to eat.
Wait for us
Oh
now.
yeah. Are you guys cereal eaters where you eat one thing at a time, or do you just like go as you go and mix and match?
It depends on the meal. Sometimes
Interesting.
some meals it depends on it. I'll eat one at a time. But if it's something that meshes well together, in general, I'll eat it all at the same time.
So this is crazy. I've never talked about this before. Maybe she knows this. You somehow managed to ask a question of something I've never talked about before.
I can talk about anything.
But I have a rule that I eat the most expensive to the least expensive on my plate.
I've never noticed that.
That's how I do it.
Interesting.
Yep.
So
So if I get Chick-fil-A, I'm going for the sandwich then the fries. If I get a
See, I
steak
go
and potato, I'm
backwards.
doing the steak
Me
then the
too. I
potato.
got eggs too.
I go because I know the fries are gonna get cold first.
I don't want to fill up on the cheap
I don't
shit.
want, it's like I still eat it, then I go to chicken. But I don't want my fries. I don't like cold fries.
That's so funny. I've
So I
never
eat
talked
my
about
cold
that.
fries
first.
are the worst.
That's true. But
That's
if
why
we
I
have
eat
prime
those
rib,
first.
it's gonna be the last thing I finish. Like, I mean, I'm a cereal eater. I will take a bite of everything around the plate, but prime rib will be the last thing I eat because I want the best for last.
You're not a cereal
and
eater.
it
You
rests.
mix and match. Cereal eater means you eat one thing at a time.
Oh, LOL.
I'm a cereal eater. I will eat one thing and then I'll move on to the next thing. And I don't love that about me, but that's who I am.
That's who you are.
I'm so glad he said that because I almost said I don't really eat cereal for breakfast anymore.
Oh
So
Lord, I knew where it was going.
so-
At least one of
I'm
us
so
knows
glad
it's
that
going.
he
The
got there
conversation's
because
going. Why don't you,
I kind of
why don't
like
you drink a Katui
dodged.
and watch out for the banana?
Did you hear me like very strategically dodge that answer because I wasn't sure what he meant by that?
I
I'm
answered
worse.
right away.
I'm worse than that. I don't even eat breakfast anymore. It's really bad.
Yeah. All right, we're running out of time here. All right, I'm gonna play this video from Natalie. You okay?
Yeah, I trying to touch my glass. It's like all.
Okay. All right, I
Don't
thought
know
this would
me.
be really fun to do. I found a video from Natalie. By the way, that Rebecca Creek is like a channel favorite. A lot of people, well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Troy from Baker Drinks doesn't like that bottle. Everybody else loves it. I love that bottle.
Ooh.
Right,
That bottle's
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I have a video for this. You guys won't be able to hear it. Do I have a video for this?
I don't know.
I do. Hold on. You can't see it, but it's funny.
Come back and watch it.
Get your stickers at thisbakerdrinks@gmail.com.
I have this little video that I play called Trash Palette Troy. If you guys go back and look on the live stream, it'll be funny, I promise.
Oh, I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah, we
Oh, okay.
got our phone up so we can read
There
chat.
you go. There you go. Yeah. So he always gets mad when I say he hates that bottle. He thinks it's just meh. All right, but anyway,
it
so
is unbelievable. I have backstory on that bottle because I talked to the owner of Rebecca Creek one day about it. So
is it true that it's gone for 6 years?
So I don't know about that. I talked to him around the time it released, and backstory basically being it was COVID and oak barrels were like super hard to get. American oak barrels were hard to get because of the shortage, and they were just throwing whiskey into anything that they could get their hands on, and they had a bunch of Spanish oak barrels. And so they chunked their whiskey into Spanish oak barrels and made it a double barrel product, thinking that they were going to use it as a backbone for blending. And then it turned out that it was amazing, so they released it as its own expression.
Wow, that is like a completely different story than I heard. So I really appreciate you saying that from like somebody that actually works there. Okay, so hang on, I gotta play this video from Natalie because this is gone. I'm so sorry, guys. This interview's going on forever. Hold on, let me play this video from Natalie. You guys, again, you'll be able to hear it. Hang on.
I think it could go on longer.
Can we try something?
Sure.
Okay, so remember in that documentary we were watching about Freddie from Buffalo Trace?
Yeah, it's called Neat, by the way.
Where they put the bourbon in their hands and then he has them clap, rub their hands, and smell it.
You want to use $95?
Just a little. Okay, I'll be very careful. Okay. You gotta clap real good.
I'm just getting ethanol.
Really?
Yeah, it's burning my eyes.
I'm getting like wood. Like, I'm sorry, that was a bright.
I do get wood, but the longer it sits on my hands, the more it smells like hand sweat.
I love that. Okay, I have never seen or heard of this. Did you just bust out? Is that a 15th or a double oaked? What is that?
This is 13th Colony Double Oaked Batch 2.
Oh my God! All right. Oh my.
I got it as a wedding gift from some close friends who you've heard of, and I can't disclose because they didn't give me permission to say that they gave it to me. So.
And he's putting it on top of a $20 bottle of White Dog. Okay, Jackson. Oh my God. Okay, we have to talk off camera. Okay, so you guys told me that in the video it was White Mash #1.
Yeah.
So
in
you
the video,
you guys educate us what to do.
So in the YouTube video that we did, we used our Prideful Goat 8-year.
Okay.
But in the documentary for Neat, they use Buffalo Trace's Mash Bill #1 White Dog in that documentary. And Freddie basically tells you to pour basically a little bit into your palm.
Okay, wait, hang on. Oh, shit. Okay.
How about you just...
All right, so you pour a little bit into your palm.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
almost
I
like
got it.
Okay.
it's almost like hand sanitizer, and then
Yeah.
clap together. Ready? Go.
God, that's all over my face.
Just that's gonna be a short. That's
And you
so
rev-
gonna be a short. That's
And you rub it
clipped.
together.
That's
and then you can
clipped.
smell it.
Okay.
And you should smell the primary grain, which is corn. Smells like cornmeal.
It does smell like corn. I smell
then
corn.
And then smack your hands again.
I smell the kids' playhouse.
Oh, now
And
it
you'll smell the
smells like-
secondary grain. Usually,
smells
you
like
might smell a
dirty
little bit of
corn.
rye, a little bit of rye spice.
I feel like you just want us to clap a lot.
This
I
is how they
definitely-
did it in Neat. I don't know. And it's supposed to be like if you smack however many times, you'll eventually get the grains that are in there. But yeah, I really only get
What?
the
It's
first one.
already
I just
soaked into my skin.
I just
I
get
sm-
cornmeal. It smells like corn.
I definitely got the corn from that for sure. Huh, interesting. Okay, so
Very
Natalie, do you feel
interesting.
like this worked better than the $95 bottle?
Oh, 1,000%. Yes.
100%. Even though it's higher proof, I mean, this is 125
My
proof.
hands are clean now.
It did not burn my eyes or anything. Yes.
Our hands are sanitized. All right, tell everybody where they can find you. We've got y'all's chat pinned at the top of, or your channel pinned at the top of the chat. Tell everybody all your socials, where everybody can find you, and tell everybody what you guys are doing.
I'll leave that to the social media professional.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
YouTube and Instagram, whiskey_trek. On TikTok, whiskey.trek. Boom.
Bam. Oh, that was it? Okay, I thought there was going to be a lot longer list there. All right. Boom.
I mean, there,
TikTok.
the guy that used to run the bar, I believe, at for Whiskey Tribe. Apparently, he started his own channel a few years ago, like 8 years ago, and he named it Whiskey Trek. But he hasn't been active in like 5 years, so that's why we have to use underscore. So, oh well.
Oh, so Bobby Bad X Bourbon says Daniel Wessel, master blender for Rebecca Creek, will be on Whiskey 6 on July 17th. Last I talked to him, there are no plans for more Spanish Oak Double Barrel. It would be 6 years out if they do it again. Thank you, Bobby. I didn't know that he was going to be on there.
Buy all of it now.
Literally.
Actually, it's crazy. We should have bought it all when it first came out because it used to be $45 the first few months it was out, and then they upped it to $65.
Yeah, I love that bottle. I absolutely love it. Well, look, I hope you. I thank you guys so much for doing this. I know we went a little bit long. I hope you guys stick around. We have a great show. We got some trivia, some Kahoot games coming up, and like one of the most amazing charity raffles at the end of the show that we've ever done ever. But thank you guys so much for hopping on here for a little bit. I know it was like super rush last minute. But
No, hey, no worries. And next time, let's just make a whole live stream of it because we can just sit here and just chat and shoot shit for 2 hours or more. So
done. If you listen, if you guys ever do, you guys do lives on your channel?
No, because we're too small. So,
dude, well,
but
let's reverse it. We'll say, you know, we're coming on there. We'll advertise it. We'll come on and do a 2 hour hangout. I'd love to do that.
That would be fun. So that was one thing before we go. You did say one of the questions was going to be, what are we trying to do in our bourbon channel next? One thing, if you guys are Trekkies, one of the things we want to do is silly Trek watch-alongs, basically where it's a live stream and we have like crappy Star Trek that we can make fun of, like Star Trek V, and we watch that and we just
the creatures.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
the creatures.
No, I can't think of the name of it. There was back in the 90s. There was just a science
Mystery
theater,
Science Theater.
Mystery Science Theater, and they would sit there and you see the outline of the robot and the guy. And it's like one other character, and they would like watch all these like B movies, and make fun of it and have just be silly. And oh my word, we
Oh yeah.
back
So
in high school.
the plan being to just sit and do a live stream where we drink and we talk with chat while we watch crappy Star Trek, and you feel free to put it on your own TV and watch along, and so we can all laugh at how horrible the really crappy Star Trek is.
That sounds fun.
I love that idea.
Yes.
I love it. That's going to be a lot of fun. And we would love to come on your show, or if you guys want to come back, we'll make like a 2 hour thing out of it. I hope you guys like the intro. We spent a lot of time on it. It was a lot of fun.
I hope you put that on your Instagram, like as a reel. That was just so
that
good.
would be hilarious.
That would get so
Please
views.
do. We'll repost.
She's my social media person too, so I'll ask her to do it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All
It
right,
was
Jackson,
fantastic
Natalie,
being on.
thank you guys so much. I hope you guys hang around and watch the rest of the show. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
All right, bye-bye.